Pretty much everyone told me not to do this, so we're gonna do it. What's up guys, welcome to the channel. On this video we're taking this ZD Racing EX07, this 1/7 scale street basher. And we're gonna put these massive Gensace 15,000 milliamp hour Lipos in it. Now when I say most people told me not to do this, that includes ZD Racing themselves said that you shouldn't do this. And Banggood also told me when they sent this to me that I should only use the batteries that they supply with it. The batteries they supply with it are 5,000 milliamp hour 35C. You get two of these, 3S batteries to run it 6S. And the batteries I'm going to put in it today are these Gensace bashing series. These are new out. These are 15,000 milliamp hour 100C. Look at the size difference. Right, it's getting a little bit closer. Let's do a little bit of technical talk first, then we'll get straight into taking this thing out on them big batteries and seeing if it explodes. I don't know if anyone's the same as me, but as soon as someone tells you not to do something, you instantly want to do it. Now, anyone over the years that has worked with me or for me, or my mum even, will vouch for it that I do not like being told what to do. So when the RC Kiwis reviewed this, they took it out and then they put some different Lipos in it. Same, they were 3S, so it was running at 6S. They were just a higher C rating, higher milliamp hour rated battery, and the ESC caught line. So they contacted their supplier, and then ZD Racing came back with an answer saying it's because you used different batteries. Any higher rated batteries, you're going to cause damage. Now I'm going to try and explain something about batteries and about electronics. If you're not interested in like the technical side of it or my explanation of it, you can skip forward. We'll get into running this in a minute. Let's just stick a battery there just to explain this. So the easiest way I can explain like the power system in an RC car, and some of you might disagree with this, some of you might say no, you're saying it wrong. Think of your battery as your fuel tank. Your ESC is your fuel pump or your carburetor, you can think of it that way, and your motor is your actual engine. So if this was a car, fuel tank, let's say carburetor, and your actual engine. Now if we go by ZD Racing's theory of you can't use different batteries to that, that is a 3S Lipo, and that is a 3S Lipo. That's just bigger, so you've got a bigger tank. So you've got small fuel tank, big fuel tank. You're going to get more miles out of that than you are that. One of the easiest ways I can explain the C rating, so your milliamp hour, so 5,000 and 15,000. Think of that as the size of your fuel tank. The C rating, so 35C, 100C. The best way to describe that is think of the size of your fuel lines, and you can see it kind of on the cables there. Bigger fuel lines, it's able to supply more fuel on demand. And this one, smaller fuel lines, it can't supply as much. Are we all following? Right, so your fuel tank sits here. Your carburetor, your ESC, that is going to bring the fuel from the fuel tanks and it's going to pass it to the engine. So when you pull the trigger on your throttle, think of the throttle valves opening on your carburetor and it's saying, I want some fuel. Your engine's going to say, I need this much fuel to run. Your carburetor's going to go, okay, I'm going to supply you that fuel. And your fuel tank is going to supply it to your carburetor or fuel pump. You can use both analogies. And then it's going to go to the motor. Every engine kind of has a max. So when you pull full throttle, your motor will say, this is the maximum I need to run. Your ESC will say, this is the maximum I can supply. So any Lipo that's the same voltage, so two Lipos in series, 6S, will supply this with 6S, 22 plus volts. Your motor cannot take more than the voltage that this can supply. If your motor's under more load, it's going to need more fuel, and then this is going to supply more amps, which are going to come from your battery. So in theory, two 3S Lipos should make no more difference to this system other than they can supply fuel for longer, and the bigger one with the bigger fuel lines can supply it at a slightly faster rate. Now, the only reason I would suggest that ZD Racing said don't use different ones to this
It's because this ESC is living right on the limit of what it can do. So if you give it a bigger battery or a bigger fuel tank with bigger fuel lines, it can draw a little bit more, so a little bit more current, which can then cause it to go pop. I wanted to try and make it so most people could understand that there shouldn't be a difference between two 3S batteries or 6S or whatever you're running, apart from the C rating. The C rating allows the motor and the ESC to draw more current. So if you put a lot of load on the motor, the ESC can take more from a bigger, higher powered battery, even if it's the same voltage. And I know some of you are going to disagree with it and tell me different, but that's the way I'm going to explain it. Anyway, where were we? So yeah, only use these. Nah, I'm going to use these 15,000 milliamp hour 100C. These things will run forever, and these should, in theory, be able to dish out as much power as this motor and ESC want to take. The ESC in here is a rebranded Surplus Hobby 150 amp, same as this. I've put this ESC through quite a lot of strain with my off-road speed build. 60 mile an hour on 6S, high gearing with a high powered or high torque motor. This thing has been fine. So I was pretty confident that this ZD Racing would also be alright if it was put under a lot of load. And that's what we're going to do. These batteries are way too big for the stock tray position. Even with the tray on its max settings, these don't fit. So I've removed the brackets for the battery tray, and it just about fits in. Both of them fit in there just about. That's how big they are. This run I've also removed the rear, and this has got front and rear brake discs, so you can lock the wheels up. You can't do it independently, it's all or nothing. I've taken the rear one off, so it's just going to lock the front wheels, because I'm hoping if we lock it up I can do a burnout, but we'll see if we can do that. Anyway, I've probably been going on way too long. Loads of you are probably confused what I was talking about. There's links to this in the description. I've got another video coming out where I put this side by side with the Limitless to try and sort of quash a few other myths and rumours about it. But this video is all about batteries, big versus the ones they told me to use, to see if that ESC will take it. If you want to see more of this, remember to subscribe to the channel. There's links to this in the description. I recommend it. I really like this, and I've got another one coming. This is the ready to run. I've got the roller coming as well. I'm going to keep this one stock, and I'm going to upgrade the roller probably with like a Max 6 and a decent motor in there. We're going to push it, see how fast we can get it. This one's going to be my control sample, so I'm going to keep it completely stock, and then the roller, we're going to get that thing ripping some tyres up. Anyway, enjoy the video. Will this thing catch fire, or will it survive? Right then, answers on a postcard. How long is this going to last with these batteries? Let's switch it on, let's find out. Lots of people told me not to do this. Lots. So obviously, I don't know what you're like, but I'm the sort of person, if someone tells me not to do something, you want to do it, don't you? This is probably one of the worst places to bring this. Low slung, well, apart from that funny front end. Low slung, lots of rocks and stones around here. These batteries with 15,000 milliamp hours should give about, I don't know, 6 weeks of run time. So I've removed the rear brake. Should be able to do a burnout. Maybe not. Oh, cogging a bit. I think that was just because the brake was on. Well, I can't do a burnout, it's too slippery. This thing is a lot of fun. Guys, if you ever question my driving, I don't know if you can see in the shadow, I am driving one-handed, as always, one hand. Whoa. Oh my God. This place is horrendous for stones. Oh, there we go. Oh, I thought we were going then. Oh, maybe we just had a bit of a cut out because I was giving it beans. As much as I want to test this, what I don't want to do is destroy the batteries. Don't want to destroy the batteries. I don't really want to destroy the body. I'm sure some of you out there that don't agree with this thing being unlicensed, I'm sure you'd love to see the body destroyed. But honestly, I don't want to kill the batteries. Gensace have just sent these to me. Imagine if I killed them on their first outing. Oh, this thing's so much fun. Oh, it's slowed down. Doesn't want to go. It's not a good sign. That's it, flat out. That is it, flat out. So the motor's cold. The batteries are cold. The ESC is red hot and the fan's not working. I don't know if there's a stone or something in there. Let me shake it. Yeah, there's a stone in the fan. Right, I'm going to get something to get that out before we give it another try. See, had a stone in the fan. So what had happened, the ESC had got too hot and it had shut down, which proves there's some form of protection on them, like overheat protection. That can only be a good thing. Now, we're back to running. I think the camera's been rolling about 13 minutes so far. I've had zero cogging. Obviously the ESC did overheat, but that's because there was a stone in the fan. So far, so good. This thing rips. Not really sure how much further to push this thing. What do you reckon? Do just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I don't know. It seems to be doing all right as far as I'm concerned. I think what I'll do, I think I'm going to see if I can get some cool slow-mo footage for you. See if we can get this thing ripping up through the dirt. And it lives to see another day so far. Obviously I'm going to keep running it to get some footage for you, but I mean, man, the ESC that blew up, maybe it's just a bad ESC. I mean, come on, we all know about the Castle Cremations saga. The 150 amp Surplus Hobby ESC in this costs about 40 quid, $50. Them Castle, the XLX2, when they started catching fire, weren't they about 250, 300? I don't know. Well, I'm happy with it. Let's get some slow-mo.